Hi, this is Dr. Sean Lynch. I'm the co-founder and co-president of Better Elections Now, and this is my educational presentation on trustworthy sources of voter information. This is number 2 in a series of short talks that are intended to be fairly brief. So in this presentation, I'm going to show you a few websites that you can go to get valid information for this or any election. This is a Better Elections Now educational presentation. And you can find the link to this Google slide presentation in the description on our YouTube channel. Feel free to pause for a moment and read this. I am a lecturer in social sciences at my beloved Boston University, and I am the co-founder and co-president of the voter rights educational organization called Better Elections Now. And as part of our educational outreach, I've been recording these videos and will continue to do so. You can always email me at betterelectionsnow@gmail.com or also at seanml2@gmail.com with questions, comments, or if you have suggestions for ways in which I might help educate the American voter, please let me know. So, in short, here are the websites. And I'm going to show you several of them, if not all of them, in just a moment. But let me go down the list. So as you can see, they're divided into 3 groups: polls and polling data, voter information, and fact-checking sites. So the 3 premier polling websites are 270towin.com, 538.com, and Real Clear Politics. So when you want to go and look at the aggregate of all of the polls and the polling data, this is where you can start. 538.com is run by a man named Nate Silver, who is widely regarded as one of the best pollsters in the country, and he has an excellent track record. So when you want to look at what the polls are saying, what they might mean, how they differ from place to place, these are the places to go. Secondly, for voter information, we have vote.org, which is an extensive website with lots of different information for you, the voter. Ballotpedia.org, similar, lots of good voter information. It includes what information will be on your individual ballot. So you can look up and see a sample ballot from your state or your locality with the issues that are on there. We have seen a tidal wave of early voting this year. And there's a wonderful website that gives you the statistics of that early vote. So that's a really terrific site. And then a good news site is called Tegan Gotter's Political Wire. And he's a well-respected political reporter. He has a great site. Unfortunately, part of it is subscription only, part of it's not, but it is a wonderful site, and you can get great information on American and other politics there. And then finally, one of the things that we all have to do better is make sure that we fact check ourselves. And these are the 3 premier fact checking websites. So if you're in a discussion where the quote unquote facts are in dispute, this is where you go. And this is where you can point people who have demonstrated that they have bad information that's not based on the facts or the statistics. So those 3 websites should be bookmarked. Now, for this individual election, and I'm sure for everyone after it, there's a new website called csay2020.com. If you encounter voter suppression or intimidation, or you witness it, you can report it and you can get instant help. So if you see anything wrong at your polling place, no matter where and when you go to your polling place, report it to csay2020.com, and they can dispatch help very quickly, legal help. So please make sure that you and all your friends know about this website. Before I show you the individual websites I wanted to mention, each very briefly, I wanted to say that good citizenship is the cure for what ails us in the United States. We have a lot of things to fix, but if good citizens stand up, we can fix everything and we can build a better society. And it's absolutely true that all of our systemic problems can be fixed in a constitutional amendment, in a single amendment. So a good citizen casts an informed vote, is not selfish, treats others with respect, and ensures that all citizens can vote. That's what being a good citizen is. And remembering that we as a nation are supposed to be a family. We shouldn't allow this tribalism to divide us any further. It's gotten us nowhere. It's gotten us to the dead end of Donald Trump and neoliberalism. But that's a topic for another presentation. So let's take a look at some of the websites. So here is CSA 2020. Any instances of voter intimidation, go right here, and you can report it and ask for immediate help. Here is one of my absolute favorite websites, 270towin.com. This map is the Electoral College map showing you the consensus as of today. Today is October 28th. You can look at different views. You can see what it says according to the polls. You can look at Larry Sabato's site and Cook Political Report, and there are others. 538, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. Politico. So, and what you can do is you can also create your own Electoral College map. So let's say that I think that North Carolina will go for Biden, but I think Ohio and Iowa go for Trump. I think Florida goes for Biden, and I think Arizona goes for Biden. So in my, and Maine will entirely go for Biden. So in my conjecture, knock on wood, Joe Biden wins 335 electoral votes, but maybe you see things differently. So there are other parts of this site, headlines and other news and polling data that you can explore. We have the Senate, for example. The Senate interactive map is here. The House of Representatives. So there's lots you can play around with. I mentioned 538.com. This is the premier polling website to go to. There's lots and lots of information on this site that you can explore. So we could go, for example, to the latest national polls down here. And this shows you that as of now, Joe Biden is 8.6 points ahead. But remember, this is a state-by-state election. It's not a nationwide election. And then, look, you have all of this polling data, which I made a presentation about how to read a poll. So you can watch that next. But notice that the polling firms are given grades as to how reliable they are. And that's really important. That's why 538.com is such a great site. So go watch my presentation on how to read an opinion poll and then check out 538.com because this will give you a good sense of what's going on. Real Clear Politics, also an excellent poll aggregator that you can go and you can investigate all the different polling sites. This is PolitiFact, fact-checking website. Lots and lots of great information. And whenever you have an issue with someone that you're not sure who's right, start with PolitiFact. You can then go on to factcheck.org. And then finally, the granddaddy of them all, Snopes.com. So those three websites, Snopes, factcheck.org, and politifact.com, are where you go when you need to find out what the real story is. Vote.org. This has an enormous amount of information for all American voters. This is where you should go if you have any confusion, at least where to start. Now, you can also go to the Secretary of State's website in your state, but you can start here too if you're just not sure where to start. Ballotpedia.org, excellent site. And as I said earlier, it shows you what's on your own ballot. There's a navigation site on the left-hand side here with frequently asked questions. Information on the 2020 elections. So this is a great place to go for lots of general voting information. This site is really terrific. It shows you how many of our fellow citizens have voted early, and it is a tidal wave of early voting. And that's a really, really wonderful thing. So this is a great site where you can go to check out how that's going between now and the election. And then finally, as I mentioned, politicalwire.com, great site for political news. So let me now go back to my presentation. I want to thank you very, very much for listening to my presentation. I appreciate it. I've been trying hard to educate voters as best I can. You can find us on the web at betterelectionsnow.org. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can email me at betterelectionsnow@gmail.com. As I said, the link for this Google slide presentation will be in the descriptions. Just realized there's a typo there, so I'm going to fix it right now because it's going to drive me crazy otherwise. And I want to leave you with this. These two philosophies have made me a happy person. They may make you a happy person. Be harmless and blameless. Hope for the happiness of all people. This was recorded on the 28th of October, 2020. Thank you for listening. Please be safe.